This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? I greatly appreciate it. Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. First of all, what you see here is actually the balcony view of my first cruise on Royal Caribbean. Big shout out to the Friday the 13th Fiend and his wife for giving me some tips on what to do with the ship. Mostly sat on the balcony. Don't drink, don't swim. Well, I did work out in the gym. The food was extremely mediocre on the ship though, but did have some fantastic fish on one of our stops in the Bahamas. The other stop was the Keys though, but had a great time. But back to the task at hand. Found a new Goodwill out in, I believe it's around Riverview, Florida. Found a couple DVDs, Disney, a sequel to this old 60s movie. Have my classic pick for a week, which is old 60s out of print television show on DVD. Have a very rare 3D pick. My Kino Lover pick for the week though, so have some bangers. But before I get into what I picked up, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these weird, wild individuals. I actually watch them. And on a weekly basis, I like to share some of the things I've watched, either streaming on the Fire Stick, live in the theater with my family, or actual physical media. This week I have 2 physical media and 2 streaming picks. My first, this is a Hamilton book pickup. This is a 2019 comedy drama, Buffaloed. This was directed by Tanya Wexler, produced by Kirsten Ames, written by Brian Saka. This stars Zoe Deutsch, Jack Courtney, Judy Greer, Jermaine Fowler, and Noah Reed. The plot behind this, set in the underworld of debt collecting, homegrown hustler Peg Dahl will do anything to escape Buffalo, New York. And this is a pretty cool comedy. It reminds me kind of a comedic version of Boiler Room. Very strong into salesmanship and how to sell on the phone. It's a lot of that. Essentially, they're trying to collect debts, which is, I've never had the pleasure or displeasure trying to do that. Just imagine how difficult that is though. But she establishes this group of kind of misfits, but they have the gift of gab. They're just like borderline con people, but they just have that great sales ability though. Great comedy. And it was a nice twist because normally she men in this position, so to see a woman in this position added a little bit different aspect, a different nuance to it though. But pretty decent comedy drama, Buffaloed. My next pick is a 2017 drama mystery science fiction thriller, The Circle. This was directed and written by James Ponsoldt, produced by Stephanie Azupiazu. This stars Emma Watson, Eller Salmon, Glenn Hetley, Bill Paxton. It took me a little while to recognize Bill Paxton. Karen Gillian, and John Boyega. The plot behind this, a young tech worker takes a job at a powerful internet corporation, quickly rises up the company ranks, and soon finds herself in a perilous situation concerning privacy, surveillance, and freedom. She comes to learn that her decisions and actions will determine the future of humanity. And this came out in 2017, and it seems a lot more relevant now, especially with all the AI that's going on, and the companies like Anthropic, they're trying to, and the government on top of that, trying to survey people, in air quotes, for society safety though. But it just kind of gives you a glimpse of a society where basically you're being surveyed 24/7, and what kind of ramifications that could actually come out to though. Like John Boyega in there, he had not a really big part though. Big Tom Hanks fan, but overall very interesting, compelling movie with very real life scenarios. I know this came out 2017. I'm late to the party though, but I finally got around to watching The Circle. Really good movie. My next two picks I watched streaming, I think both on Netflix. Um, Space Sweepers. It's a 2021 South Korean space western. This was, and forgive me in advance for the pronunciations of these names, directed by Jo Sung-hee, written by Yoon Seong Min, Yoo Kang Seo-ae, and Jo Sung-hee, produced by Yoo In-byung and Kim Soo-jin. This stars Song Joong-ki, Kim Kyrie, Jin Seon-kyu, Yoo Hae-jin. The plot behind this: during the year 2092, Tai-ho, Captain Jang, Tiger Park, and an android named Bubs are a crew of space sweepers who live at an orbiting space station created by the UTS Corporation after Earth becomes uninhabitable. Under the leadership of Sullivan, UTS has also created artificial planetoids for a select group of humans who live like idyllic lives. UTS has also terraformed Mars, intending to colonize the planet. By contrast, 90% of humanity lives in poverty and squalor on a dying Earth. This is like a very smart sci-fi movie as action. I think it's like 2 hours and 12 minutes, something like that, though. Great storytelling, great action interwoven with the storytelling. And they didn't really go overboard with the special effects, but they didn't need it because the storyline carried it. The characters that they had were intriguing, interesting, well-developed characters. And again, I'm used to saying this with Korean pictures as far as horror goes, but they did a great job with this sci-fi western. I wouldn't necessarily say a western though, but I can kind of see where it kind of gets that feel to it though. But really fun sci-fi movie. Space Sweeper is also known as Spaceship Victory. My last pick is a 2026 apocalyptic horror film, 28 years later, The Bone Temple. This is directed by Nia DaCosta, written by Alex Garland, produced by Andrew McDonald. This stars Ralph Fiennes, Jack O'Connell, Alfie Williams, Aaron Kellerman, Chai Lewis Perry. The plot behind this: after being rescued by the Fingers, a gang of fighters led by a psychopathic Satan worshiper, Solar Jimmy, Spike is forced into a precarious situation. So Jimmy then renames his young boy Jimmy to match the other Fingers, who includes the slightly empathetic Jimmy Inc. and the deranged sadistic Jemima. And that's how it starts out. Very different from the other 28 Days. It focuses less on the zombies or infected and more on the relationship between Ralph Fiennes and his work and Spike and the Fingers. It's again another example of really great storytelling. Essentially, it takes place in like two major places, really, though. I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, though. But very thoughtful, well acted. Ralph Fiennes did a great job. I love he's singing "Girls on Film" by Duran Duran. He does this over-the-top Iron Maiden performance for the Fingers. I don't want to give too much more away than that, much more information than that. But a really good follow-up and possibly finale to the 28 Days, 28 Hours franchise. So, job well done. Now, those are the things I watched for the week. Without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink of a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. If you enjoyed this beautiful scene like I did on the Royal Caribbean cruise.
We're back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my pickups here from the Goodwill of Riverview. Have my 3D pick for the week. Have my out-of-print season or first box set of a television series. My Kino Lorber set. A Warner Brothers Archive collection, as well as my Criterion collection. So have some bangers in here. So let me get these situated and I'll get you good people on your way. Hold on. I'm going to jump into what I picked up at the Goodwill in Riverview. My first pick, Where Angels Go, Trouble Follows. This is the sequel or the follow-up to The Trouble with Angels with Haley Mills. Haley Mills is not in this one though, but they still have Stella Stevens and Rosalind Russell. I'm not sure if she was in the first one or not. But this is a Columbia Pictures release. Where Angels Go, Trouble Follows. Very happy to complete the 2-movie franchise. Next, I wasn't even aware of this, or I've forgotten about this. This is White Fang with Ethan Hawke. This is a Disney release. I don't think this ever got a Blu-ray. But we have White Fang. So Goodwill is a little off the chain with the pricing for their DVDs and Blu-rays in certain areas. So $318. So I paid a whopping $684 with tax for these two. So a little pricey for DVDs though, but again, wanted to complete the franchise, and Disney, get them online, might be even a little bit more. Now, along with that, we have the Colossus, the Foreman Project. This is a Scream Factory release. Really cool sci-fi movie. I actually brought this up in one of the movies I watched for the week. This could easily be an origin story for the Terminator. Essentially, it's the birth of AI and basically how AI takes over the world. Colossus, the Foreman Project. Really cool movie. Next, we have our Warner Archive here. Looney Tunes Choice, Collector's Choice, volumes 1 through 4. You got the classics, Bugs, Speedy Gonzales, Daffy, Elmer, the Roadrunner, Tweety, Wile E. Coyote, Sylvester, Porky Pig, Foghorn, I believe. Elmer, don't know the dog's names here. But you have Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. They weren't that creative on the artwork for the disc, but very happy to add this to the Warner Archive collection. Looney Tunes Collector's Choice, Volumes 1 through 4. Next, I have my Kino Lorber pick for the week. I have my trusty Wesley Snipes, aka The Real Blade, my Billy Bob Thornton sling blade here. Open you up. And I haven't seen this in years, don't even remember the storyline to this. This is Robert Hayes, Robert Hershey. Take this job and shove it. I ain't a working, I hear no more. That used to be an old country song. Kino Lorber, Basic Spine. At the back here, this is back in 1981. The basic Kino Lorber artwork on the disc, or lack thereof artwork. And you might know Robert Hayes from the iconic Airplane movie. So take this job and shove it, Kino Lorber. Next, for my Criterion collection, I actually have a double feature here, Three Musketeers and the Four Musketeers. This is with the beautiful Raquel Welch, I believe in the first one. And I don't know if she's in the second movie or not. Raquel Welch, yeah, she's in both movies. Oliver Reed, Raquel Welch, Richard Chamberlain, Michael York, Christopher Lee, Faye Dunaway, Charlton Heston. So I haven't seen this in years. So very happy to add this to the collection here. You have 3 Musketeers, 4 Musketeers. The dual set has some artwork on the back here. The Kino Lorber booklet, and Kino Lorber does so well with their extras, their interviews, outtakes, and everything. So very happy to add this to the collection. Three Musketeers and the 4 Musketeers. And this is number 1263. My 3D pick for the week. Some animation here. This is out of print, Dragon Nest. And usually the 3D, even the imports and animation do a pretty decent job. I believe it's in French, but it does have the English audio. Francis, Anglais, Dragon Nest. And my classic pick for the week, this is the iconic and classic I Spy with Bill Cosby and Robert Culp. This is kind of a, well, not kind of, this was a spy buddy movie. Robert Culp was an amateur tennis star, and Bill Cosby played his masseuse trainer. In real life, Cosby was a Rhodes Scholar, and they were both spies. So this is, they don't really have them numbered here, do they? No, number 1 here. Let's see, number 2. And you have, is that Martin Landau? So far, I think I watched the first disc. Disc 2. Do these in order. Disc 3. Just trying to notice if I recognize any of the stars there. And this is back in the 60s, 65, 66, I believe, for the first season. See, disc 4. Disc 5, and just really cool vibe to the whole show. It kind of has a little bit of a Peter Gunn feel. If you ever watched the television show Peter Gunn, with the real jazzy, full orchestra soundtrack, but they're just kind of like the English version or American versions of James Bond, except in the kind of a buddy scenario. And I believe this is out of print also, so happy to add this to the collection. The first season of I Spy. And this is my Salvation Army pickup for the week. If you're familiar with the channel, this is where I separate the art from the disc and the plastic, so I can actually make room for all these. A couple of these will actually make the shelves, so let me get these situated, and I'll get you good people along on your way. Hold on. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C is in Colossus, L is in Looney Tunes, Z is in Zoolander. Let's knock this out. I have everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, leaving comments. If you made this far in the video, smash the like, give me the big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you check out my Saturday collection video, same place, same time. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone, please be safe. Deuces.